might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space with the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along.
Welcome, Detroit. I'm your host, Mr. Mark, and you are now tuned into the greatest show in Detroit, Love Detroit and everything else. I got a great show lined up for you today, but before I get into my show, I want to go over with some things with you guys on how to start off your day. Before I start my day, I start off with positive thinking. I have to put my mind in a positive mind frame. A lot of times we wake up and we such in a disarray and we worried about what we gonna do, how we gonna do it, who we gonna do it for. Before you step out the house, you got to get you together. Because if you ain't together, if you not together, then everything else around you is going to just fall apart. So positive mindset is what we're going to do. But I got a great show lined up for you today. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about relationships. I got some good tips. We're going to talk about what's going on in the city of Detroit. We're also going to talk about everything else. Amen. So you get ready for a great show. But when I'm talking about positive mindset, it's just that. And how do I do that? Okay, I have a song. When I wake up in the morning, I love singing. It could be a gospel song, it could be an R&B song, it could be a rap song. Whatever gets you going, whatever puts you in the mood to be happy, so nothing can touch you. Because sometimes when we wake up in the morning, you don't know if you're going to wake up, that tire going to be flat, your car is gone, you're going to get to work and you got negative people trying to bring you down. You've been asking for a raise for 2 months and your boss still ain't came back with no answers. See, you don't ever depend on anyone else for your happiness. That's something about you. We do in our relationships every single day. Oh, he don't make me happy no more. She don't make me happy no more. He don't do this. She do. Don't blame nobody. You are in control of you. When you get you together, everybody else got to get together too. And if they don't get on, they got to get out. It's as simple as that. Quit trying to put your happiness on somebody else when you are in control of that. You wake up on Monday, you have to set the tone on Monday, and you're going to say, hey, I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to have a positive day. There's nothing that no one can do to you that's going to affect you. Now, see, we don't control what happens. And this is key. Listen to this. Okay, you might want to write this down. This is key. We don't control what happens to us, but we do control how we respond to things that happen to us. See, we get to the point where people say, well, he made me do this, or she made me say this. Can't nobody make you do or say anything if you got the right frame of mind. That's why it's very important when your feet hit the floor, there has to be a process. This is my process. Okay? You can take it or leave it, or take bits and pieces of it to fit your situation. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm a very spiritual person. When I wake up in the morning, I'm already thanking God for what I already have. Because, see, that's going to knock out everything. It may not be much to you, but what He has given me already, and I done woke up this morning and I'm feeling good and I got a roof over my head, I got clothes on my back, I'm already blessed. Okay? Because, see, sometimes we get in a position where we're asking about God for things and we're not even grateful for what He's already done. He's giving you life again today and you're still complaining about what you don't have. So, number one, that's my process. I'm thanking Him for what I already have. Now, number two, now see, this is good because now this set me up to ask Him for whatever I want. Now I can ask Him, okay, for some additional things in prayer. Father, I need this. Father, I need a new house. Father, I've been working on myself. I need a new girlfriend. I need a new boyfriend. See, now you shouldn't feel guilty about asking because you done already been grateful. Because see, all he wants is the glory. And once he get the glory, he can give you the victory. But sometimes we never get to our victory because we don't give him the glory. So when I say positive mindset every single day, you can't just wake up and do it on Monday and then think you're going to live off that Monday throughout the whole week because it's too much stuff that's going to happen to you throughout the whole week in order for you to live off that one Monday. Okay? And our positive mindsets has to be recharged every single day. It's like a cell phone. You're going to have to charge that cell phone at the end of the night if you want to use it tomorrow. And sometimes we on that cell phone 24 hours. So sometimes we need to be charged several times throughout the day. When you feel yourself in a negative disposition or you feel yourself getting down, just stop. Stop and say, you know what? I said I'm going to be positive. And all it takes is a few seconds. It don't take hours for you to get back in track. All it takes is a few seconds. You say, you know what? Monday I had a good day. It's now Wednesday. In the middle of the week, I got 2 more days left of this work week, and I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. Yes, you do. You got to have that positive mindset. Cause when I go to work, they say, "Why are you so happy?" I said, I woke up this morning. I'm thinking to myself, you don't got to tell nobody what's going on, but you're thinking to yourself, I woke up this morning. I got food on the table. My family's taken care of. I'm taken care of. I may not be rich, but I'm not broke. I have things. I am still being blessed. So when you're grateful for what you have, and now that sets you up to ask him for things. Now, after you have asked, okay, you already thanked him. Now you ask him for what you want. Now you have a right to go get your stuff. Man, there's so much stuff that I want. Because I done already asked him for what I need. I got what I need already. If he don't do nothing else for me, he's done enough. But see, we think what we want and what we need run together. It doesn't work like that. Okay? You want this woman or you want that man. But see, the man or woman that you need, we sometimes bypass that because we all hooked on what we want. It's not about what you want. Get what you need first, and then when you get with somebody that you need, together y'all can get what you want. See, life is very simple. We make it very hard with our choices. We make it very hard with our choices. And everybody has a choice. So that's the process. You got to thank him, then ask for what you want. And then you gotta go out there and get it, but you gotta work. See, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to be a millionaire. Come on now. You think don't nobody want $1 million? If I say, hey, I'm gonna give you $1 million, how many people will turn it down? But when you say you gotta work for $1 million, well, I ain't want that job anyway. I don't want to do that. See, it's the WORK that keeps people at bay. Yeah. See, you got to listen to that. Okay? And I got a saying that I say every day. See, it's easier to change yourself than it is to try to change somebody else. See, we don't want to do the work. We want things around us to change, but we want to stay the same. We don't want to work 12 hours a day. We don't want to do what it takes to make that lifestyle or to have that lifestyle, but we want these things. It don't work like that. It gotta line up. And then when we do have those things, we say, well, you know what? God, I do want this. God, I do want that. But we don't want to follow him. Because, see, we have the house, we have the car, we have the girlfriend, we have the boyfriend, we have the perfect marriage. But then once we get the perfect marriage, this is exactly what we do. Okay, God, stay over there. I'm doing good now. I don't need you. I call you. I'll call you when I need you, Lord. But right now I'm doing good. You got me in a good space. I'll call you later. And then we push him to the side. Now he becomes the co-pilot. Don't ever make God the co-pilot of your life. You have to be the one that always say, hey, I'm going to keep you as the pilot in my life because I know you know my destination. How many people take trips? You don't say, okay, well, I'm going to pick out the best plane and I'm going to fly myself there. No, you pay your money because you trust that somebody is experienced and knows how to get you to where you need to go. God knows how to get you to where you need to go. So why do we not keep him when things are going good or bad in the pilot seat? Because that storm only going to last for so long. Sometimes we see that storm when we think, oh, it's time to abandon ship. It's time to jump off. Oh, I can't go through this. No, because see, when you line up with God, he going to take you through that storm so you can gain some experience. And once you gain some experience, now and then, only then can you be wise enough to say, hey, I can learn from what I experienced. But you got to go through a storm. There will be a storm. Don't think there's not going to be a storm. But how do we go through a storm? That's what I'm asking you. How do we go through the storm? Okay, but we getting ready to take a quick break. Okay, but when we come back, I'm going to touch on the 5 ingredients that you need to keep love in your marriage, relationship, friendship, or whatever. And we getting ready to go to a break, and I'll be right back. Don't you move or go nowhere.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space with the air, like I don't care, baby. By the way, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Once again, I'm your host, Mr. Mark, and you're tuning in to Love Detroit and everything else. Man, I hope you guys got the positive mindset. I hope you guys get a revelation of that because that's so important. That's so key because I'd have messed up so many opportunities in my life because I wasn't positive enough at the time to grasp that, hey, this is it. This is the opportunity. We miss out on relationships. We miss out on jobs. We miss out on so much because we're not properly prepared. Okay? And that positive mindset, okay, you ain't got to be rich. You don't have to be successful, but these are things that's going to lead up to that. Okay? And the first thing that you need is a positive mindset. Okay. With that being said, I want to go into the next segment of my show, which is going to talk about the 5 ingredients for love. A lot of times we say, well, we don't have the love no more. We fell out of love. You don't fall out of love. Once you have love and you establish something, it's still there. Love is an energy. It cannot be destroyed. Now, it may be transferred from one party to the next, but see, it can't be destroyed. We say, well, our relationship ain't the same no more. Now you got to get back to the basics and say and think why. Why is my relationship going in such a disarray that I can't get it back to where we once had it? Because see, the love, it works like this. You're on that roller coaster, and that roller coaster's going up, and it's going up. See, you're nervous. You don't know what to expect, and it's new. Okay, it's exciting. But see, when you get to the top of that relationship, and now you say, I see a storm down there. We about to go down. Brace yourself. Not if, but when you have a struggle, you have to always come back to the basics. Okay? You always have to be positive about what you're going through. And I'm about to run down these ingredients that's going to help everybody. Okay? Number 1, communication. Guys, be quiet and listen. That's 90% of communication is us men. We don't listen. If you would just listen to that woman, she will tell you how she feel, and you don't have to guess. We say this all the time. I can't read your mind. Well, if you shut up, you can read her lips. Okay? So that's communication is number 1. Number 2, honesty. Okay? Honesty. Honesty and trust. The reason why I say honesty and trust, people think they are similar, but they are not. Okay, because see, a person can be honest and you still don't trust them. See, honesty leads up to trust. Trust don't lead up to honesty. See, you have to watch what a person say and say, okay, he said this and he's doing that. Because see, what they saying lines up with what they doing. Now you can say he's an honest guy because he is what he is about. He is what he's talking about. He's not just saying one thing and doing another. And you have to do the same thing with a woman. You have to watch what people say, but be careful what they do. Because we get caught up in the hype. Oh, he look good. Oh, she look good. And then by the time we know, like, hold on, something ain't adding up here. Okay? So honesty and trust, those two different things, but you need that, okay? Because you can be honest with somebody, but don't trust the person, okay? So the next phase, we got communication, we got honesty, we got trust, loyalty. Loyalty. Okay? That's very key. If a person can trust you and they honest with you, now that's what builds the loyalty in the relationship. This is good because now no matter what you do, you know that this person got my back. Now you're somewhere. This ain't the beginning stage of the relationship no more. This is in the bulk of the relationship because now hey, I got somebody on my team. They loyal with me. And that's all anybody ever wants is somebody that's going to be down for them. You got somebody that's a supporter. You got somebody that's a helper. You got somebody that cares. You got somebody that listens. Now you say, hey, once they start doing those little things, communicating, honest and trustworthy, now you say, okay, this person is now loyal to me. Okay, the last thing, which is the very important thing of the ingredients of love, is respect. I'm gonna say that again. Respect. Put some respect on my name. Respect. However you want to say it, you gonna need it. You gonna need it in every area of your life. I don't care if you at work. I don't care if you at church. I don't care if you in a relationship, marriage, whatever, friendship. If you don't have respect, okay, you can't just run with the four other ingredients and say, I still love you. You disrespect your man, you disrespect your woman, and you still turn around and say these words, I love you. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. You cannot possibly love anything or anyone if you don't respect it. Respect. See, a lot of people think, oh, you got to earn respect. No, when you first meet somebody, there's no reason not to give them respect until they do something for you to take that respect away. Oh, respect is earned, it's not given. No, you got my respect from day one. It's just like the first day of school. The first day of school, everybody got an A and nobody did nothing. Now, it's going to determine whether you keep that A, okay? It's going to determine what you do in order to keep that A as the school year goes on, semester by semester. Okay? And you have to do your relationship the same way. Okay? It has to start with a positive mindset and respect. If you don't have respect for a person, place, or thing, you will lose it. Okay? So those are the 5 ingredients that you need for love. Those are 5 ingredients that you need for love. You know, a lot of people say, well, I got rules, I got regulations. We talk about the 90-day rule. We talk about how to go about in a relationship. Stop setting rules. You already have guidelines, and then you want to put your rules on top of what's already right. Because, see, there's a right and a wrong. There is no in between. So you cannot have communication and then don't have nothing else. You cannot have honesty and think that you're going to skate by with communication and a loyalty and a trust and respect. It doesn't happen like that. In order to keep love intact, those 5 ingredients better be there. As soon as you disrespect your man, as soon as you disrespect your wife, guess what? You got to go back to the drawing board. You're going to have to send some flowers. You're going to have to get a card. You're going to have to do something. Okay? And sometimes we say some things and we get heated. But see, I like my father always told me this. He said, son, anybody can do something when everything is going good in their life. But the mark of a true person is when the storm comes, is when a struggle comes, and now that's when you judge that person. That's the true character. Because people say, well, I was just mad, I didn't mean it. No, when you get mad, you say what's on the surface. Because see, you can't say what's not there. So if you said something to hurt somebody's feelings, oh, that's what you meant. You just didn't mean for it to come out. So you got to always check yourself, put yourself in a positive mindset, and say, hey, I got to be respectful of me. I got to get me together. And once I get me together, then and only then can I go out and do things for other people. It's so many times that we get in here and we do things and it just get to a point where it's it's taking our whole life. All because we didn't wake up with the right mindset. It always comes back to that. I always have a positive mindset. And my family will tell you, Mark is always laugh. He's always smiling. Okay? But there are some times where you mess with somebody in my family, ooh wee, I gotta check myself then. Now I have to check myself because when you love something, when you love someone, you don't just stand by and watch them fall apart. And I got a message for my family. Sometimes we get to a point in our lives where we get into our own cliques. No, tomorrow ain't promised. You love that person. In a relationship, you love that person until they get to the point where they can be right. You don't stop loving a person because they're not saying or doing the things right now. And that's why so many women miss out on so many men. Oh, he's not Steve Harvey yet. I'm just going to wait. You keep waiting. Because I got the best show in the land. I got the best show in the world. You may not think that. But I know I got the best show. And that's how you have to feel about yourself. So when you feel like that about yourself, when somebody see that, oh, that's attractive. It ain't looks. It ain't got nothing to do with what you have. It's about how you carry yourself. Be positive about you. I've never seen a person that be negative every single day, all day, every day, and then have a positive outcome. No. It doesn't happen like that. My pastor, man, Pastor Linnell Caldwell, man, he'll tell you, he said, man, this is a word. You got to speak things into existence. And if you speaking bad about yourself, you can't expect to get good from bad. That don't add up. It does not add up. So when you say, hey, my relationship ain't this, my relationship ain't that, you control that. That man can't make you happy. You happy. And when he see you happy all the time, I don't care what he doing. Let him act a fool. Let her act a fool. But when you stay happy, guess what? Eventually, she either got to mesh with you or she got to leave from you. And if a person leave when you know you doing right, guess what? It was their season to leave. Don't you go pulling somebody back when God has already removed that person from your life. Okay? So we got to understand. We got to communicate. Fellas, this goes for you. Listen and apologize. Listen and apologizing that'll get you through a whole lot. Yeah, I don't know I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I put some respect on your name. I'm sorry, baby. I put some respect on your name. I'm listening. Because that's what it's going to take. You have to have some type of sacrifice. You cannot be selfish. Okay? It doesn't matter who said what. When you love somebody, you treat them right. When you love somebody, you do them right. You in it together. We can't help nobody else if we don't first help ourselves. And I love this saying. Y'all need to write this down. It is easier to change you than it is to try to change somebody else. So before I get out of here, I want to let Detroit know that I love you guys and I got some tips for you guys. And you got to understand that when you are going through a storm, hold on. Hold on. My mother and father been married my whole entire life. You think they ain't went through no storm? You think my daddy ain't leave the house? You know what? I ain't coming back. But you always come back because when you have love, you can't leave. You can't leave true love. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You can't. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. I love being in love. I love when my friends are doing good. I love when I go to work and people are doing good, getting promotions, getting raises. You may even go to a different job. You have to stay in a positive mind frame, and then everybody else around you will do that. I promise you they will do that. I promise you that. But I want you guys to tune in next Wednesday at 1 p.m. I got a great show lined up for you guys, a really great show. We're going to talk about the 90-day rule. We're going to break it down, okay? We're going to really get into some things about the 90-day rule, and we're going to talk about some things about the city of Detroit and what's going on with Kim Worthy in this case, gun control. I have a lot of things that we need to discuss. But again, the relationship, the love in the relationship, that's my focus. That's why I have this stage. That's why I have this show. It ain't for me. I done been through some storms. I done been through the struggle. So you guys got to tune in next time on this show at 1 p.m. Wednesday. Again, I'm Mr. Mark, and you're now watching Love Detroit and everything else. I see you next time.
It might seem